The Awesome Crew Show. What a bunch of cunts.
Yes,
Ah,
that's
holy-
right.
It couldn't be any more well-spoken. And
Thank you, Cliff Jumper.
Yeah, we've had that stash for a very long while now with that intro. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Awesome Crew Show, charity edition.
Right.
We have Lenny here looking great with his new caricature.
Thank you.
And we haven't heard from Bobby yet, so instead of keeping everybody in limbo, we're just going to start, and hopefully he will be joining us very soon.
We're short a crew member. It's fucking sad.
It is, but because of the extreme popularity that we have, the show must go on, so the show must go on.
But yeah, we know you guys would just fucking flip if you didn't have your Awesome Crew show on time.
Yeah, on time, what's that?
Yeah, yeah, that's not something we normally do. A lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. The Trolling with Logic charity show, 24-hour live event, is coming up on July 5th into July 6th, and the Awesome Crew show has a time slot. They've been very generous in offering us a time slot, and we're going to be on the show, and there's going to be great, exciting, super duper exciting guests on that show besides us. If you thought it was great just because we're on it, you're wrong, because it's great because other awesome people are on there too. We've got scientists and philosophers and Richard the Dick Coughlin and Matt fucking Dillahunty's going to be on. How about that shit?
No, I had no idea that Matt Dillahunty was going to be on.
Matt
That's awesome.
Dillahunty is going to be on.
So we're going to share airspace with Matt Dillahunty. Awesome.
Probably going. Well, I'm hoping to sneak in to call him a cunt.
Don't do that. I like the guy.
Just very quickly, just sneak in, like, "Hey Matt, you know you're an old cunt, don't you?" And then slip out. Like, who said that?
Like a fucking slippery ninja. You
like just slide in, drop a
douchebag.
cunt, and then leave.
Right. So, anyways, this is going to be the charity edition. We are going to leave it up to the viewers, which is the 9 of you right now, to let us know what you want to see. We have an hour time bracket. We've been shooting some ideas back and forth, but we'll talk more about that very soon. But in the meantime, Lenny,
Yo, Daddy,
I think you're a faggot.
I think you're a faggot. I think you're a big dirty faggot, and I fucking can't stand your faggoty ass.
No, I'm not a faggot. You are a queer. All right.
You're queer.
You're an ortho.
You're a
Ooh.
wow.
Oh, that's from
my tracks.
Yeah, that's right. That's some 70s shit right there. Damn ortho.
What the fuck is an ortho?
Yeah, apparently it was a big, like, oh, snap word back in the 70s, which clearly nowadays I refer to ortho as, like, a mattress.
Aren't they a pest control company?
That's Orco.
Orco, my bad.
Yeah, so, yeah, you ortho.
You ortho, you quim. Ha.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all right.
Quim.
Yeah, okay. You, Apple.
No, that one's not good.
No,
it's not good.
no, that works.
Don't
No,
say that.
that's good.
It doesn't
You are definitely an apple, sir.
Yeah. Why are we insulting each other in this way, though? You might ask. Well, I'll tell you. Actually, no, Captain Awesome, I'll tell you, because I do a lot of talking.
No, we're not really insulting each other.
We're not really insulting each other.
We're really not. I mean, for me to call Lenny a queer just means that he's unusual. By
Strange.
definition.
Bizarre.
You're strange. I am very gay right now.
Yeah. Happy, in a good mood, in a good place.
Right?
And when I call Captain Awesome a quim, I'm referring to him as the vaginal secretions from a woman during sexual intercourse.
Exactly, which is a good thing, because if you're not stirring the pot right, then you're not going to get that sort of discharge.
Yeah.
No, that just means that I'm being satisfied.
Yeah. Means I'm doing a good job.
Exactly, got to stir the pot. and when I call Lenny a faggot, that just means I'm calling him a pack of cigarettes or a bundle of twigs.
Or Tinder.
Exactly. So, Lenny, would you mind telling us what... Hey, there's Bobby!
Sweet Bobby Wallace! We got worried that you were going to come on.
Oh, you are looking fucking gorgeous.
Look at this man.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Turns
sir.
me on all day.
Hey, so, Bobby, I just called Lenatar a queer and an apple and a faggot.
Apple's not good. Don't use Apple.
And I called him an ortho, too. Do you have any objection to that?
Well, the apple's a bit puzzling, but the other stuff I'm very okay with.
So
He insists it's good, but it's not good.
exactly, it is good, and I'll explain later. So Lenny and I, or actually Lenny on the after show, and I think Robert, you were there also. You guys were blessed with the presence of Mr. Grey Knight numbers,
It is Hoboy Callants.
I have no idea who that is. So
I
apparently
didn't until I met him. I didn't know either.
Oh, the guy who sounds just like Edible Napalm, exactly
Yes.
like him.
Yes, but they insist it's not edible napalm. I actually had a conversation with Grey Knight about this on Skype shortly after the show, and I'm like, so listen, the consensus is that's edible napalm. And he's like, yeah, he gets that a lot, but it's not edible napalm.
I don't even know who that is. So Lenny, tell us about your conversation that you had with Mr. Grey Knight.
What was going down was myself and Mark Williams and a number of other people, and we were in the after show having a few laughy laughs, and we were talking about the incident where Alexander Carson, great YouTuber by the way, check out his shit. He does the Preacher's a Liar rap he put out is phenomenal, and he's certainly worth your sub. He called. Wow, I've just promoted him, and now I'm going to make him sound awful, but not really. Awful.
He'll be the awesome. Is he an atheist or a theist?
He's an atheist, yeah.
All right, cool.
He used to be a preacher. Cool.
So there is your awesome atheist right there of the week. Yay! Thanks for making it easy for me, Lenny.
Here to help. So he called G-Man a house nigger. And the conversation came up where people were saying, like, listen, this word is racially charged. And I was saying, well, no, it's not racially charged because it's not. Words aren't innately anything, right? I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
Now, socially, there could be a very common social attitude that says, yeah, this word is almost expressly negative to most people, but that's just how people are perceiving the word. The word itself is not and cannot be racially charged. It cannot be really anything. It's a word. It depends entirely on two factors: what the word means, what the person who's saying it wants it to mean, and what the person who's hearing it is. What the person's hearing it, the application of meaning they're giving to it, right? But the word itself, the word nigger itself, doesn't really have any kind of awfulness to it. We give that awfulness to it, and some people in some situations don't think it's an awful word. Some people think it's a very apt word. I brought this up during the show last week, but even yesterday, my boss called me or referred to me as nigger. I mean, and I didn't take any offense to that because I know I know how he's using the word. You know what I mean?
And we were talking about this pre-show. The word nigger is actually in the dictionary, and it has somehow evolved, I would say. Yeah. So that now, at least by my dictionary definition, overshot it here. Nowadays, dictionary term, it actually has some sort of a negative racial connotation to it because it actually emphasizes dark-skinned people.
Right.
But I remember when I was younger, when I first looked up the word, it meant like an inept person, someone who isn't very intelligent, was its original definition, at least from what I read. And now we have, let's see here, Negro, taken to be offensive, a member of any dark-skinned race, taken to be offensive. That's all it says. It actually repeats itself twice. So, at least by my dictionary definition, it does have some sort of racial charge to it. However, the word originally didn't have that, racial, to it.
I would say going to dictionary definition to words is really not necessarily the best mode to do. You got to go work with how people interpret the word in society because words do evolve over time.
So what you're saying is I should go to UrbanDictionary.com then.
Well, to an extent, I guess. I wouldn't. It's like the Wikipedia of dictionaries.
Yeah.
But you gotta look at how people use the word today. I know, going back to my personal experience from the 70s on up to today, it's always been a bad word, and there's a lot of social baggage that comes along with it, and you have to take that social baggage into account.
Do you remember the word ortho? being some sort of negative connotation to it?
I do not.
Because I remember my mom and my uncle telling me that back in the day, like during the 70s, whenever they were growing up, they told me that, oh, the word ortho used to be like, oh, damn, you're an ortho? Ooh, snap. And, nowadays I hear ortho, and it's like, dude, that's just a mattress.
That makes me think of lawn products.
Yeah, I mean, if I can sit here and call you an ortho, I can call Lenny an ortho, I can call Bible thumping fucking wingnut an ortho. You'd probably be like, yeah. So,
and in a way, that's kind of my whole point. Because if words can change their meaning, that means they don't innately mean anything.
Exactly. And look at the word, we were talking about this earlier, look at the word cool.
Right.
I mean, hey, I think you're a cool guy. I think both of you are cool guys. I think all of our fans who are watching are cool people. I mean, if I were to go back in time 100 years and use that reference, they'd probably look at me and say, dude, I'm not cold. What are you talking about? And it's become such a thing nowadays. So.
Right. Yeah. So to say that social attitude really doesn't kind of matter towards the meaning of words, just because it could change in 10, 20, 50 years. Now, you have to take that into account when you're trying to communicate a point and you're trying to find an effective way to communicate a point. Sure, the word nigger is probably a word that you want to avoid just off the bat.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean the word is innately racially charged or offensive. People give it a racially charged and offensive meaning.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean it is necessarily that way.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Buddy.
I would like to point out, as I'm being told copiously on the last couple of videos I did, apparently people really don't like it when you use broad terms, even when you're trying to cut to the chase and get to the meat of the matter. Just use a broad term to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
People want you to be technically correct in your speech, unless, of course, they're the ones that are speaking.
So here's an example, and Lenny knows this because he grew up in that part of the world. My roommate grew up in England. He smokes, and he tells me every day when he goes out, he's going to buy himself a box of fags, which, of course, in Europe means a box of cigarettes. Now, my two next-door neighbors are a homosexual couple, and I know what the word means. However, when he's outside and he says, oh, I'm going to go smoke me a fag, or I'm going to go do this a fag, I'm well aware of what it means, but they might not be so well aware of what it means in his part of the world, so I tell him, hey, you know what, just shh. No, stop.
Chill out with that.
Yeah. Not to say that he's wrong, because he's using the word in proper context, but, around certain people, it might not be as well received. And going back to the Apple comment, so last year or so, I was at a place where there was a bunch of kids running around, and I started to... I was there for a party, so I was interacting with these kids also. There's these two kids that kept calling me an apple. They'd be, hey, Apple! Hey, Apple! And I'm sitting there, it's like, what? What the hell? They said they call me an apple, and they run away giggling, and they do that, oh, snap. And these kids are like 5 or 6. And I'm sitting there thinking, why are they calling me an apple? And then I remember when I was their age, oh, hold your tongue and say apple. Oh, asshole. It sounds like you're saying asshole. So I kind of pieced it together. It's like, oh, I see what they're doing there. They're calling me an asshole, but they're calling me an apple instead.
Yeah.
So clearly an apple is just an apple to me, but to these kids it meant, hey, you're an asshole. So...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So today, the point is that today, I think after the after show at about 8 o'clock Eastern, I'll be joining Grey Knight on his show called Blue Chat or the Blue Chat or whatever the fuck it's called, to defend this point because because I'm a white person, I'm not allowed to comment. Because I was saying this on the after show, and I was referred to as being arrogant and up my own ass.
Well.
That's not necessarily wrong.
Well, I mean, you know what? Again, words have context. Again, like using my roommate as an example, he is using the proper context for the word fag. I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna go smoke a fag. I'm gonna go pick up some more fags. And clearly he's not using the term wrong. It's just in certain situations it could be viewed as being a tad insensitive. If that makes so. It's kind of you have to use some sort of tact when using those kind of words.
Sure, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. You communicate effectively.
Yeah, and let's use The Simpsons for example. Now, I'm sure that there's one Simpsons fan in the viewing audience right now, or someone who will watch this. There's one episode, and I tried to find it on YouTube, where it shows Martin, and he's holding a bundle of sticks. And he said, "Oh, I have me a bundle of faggots." And then I'm like, "Oh, snap!" And then the moment he said that, the definition for faggots came up as a pile of twigs. And it's like, "Oh, Simpsons, I see what you did there." So. Yeah, in that context, he was using the term properly. Just like, again, I'm very gay right now. I'm happy. Doesn't mean I'm a homosexual. So,
yeah.
I mean, even the Flintstones, we're going to have a gay old time.
I forgot they said that in the jingle in the show. Yeah.
Even in some Christmas jingle, they say gay.
Well, yeah.
Domino or gay apparel. So does donning now my gay apparel? Does that mean wearing fucking Lenny's mankini?
Assless chaps.
There's this also old Ronald Reagan movie where the big quote is Ronald Reagan, our future president, standing amongst a group of people going, "Hey, let's all get drunk and be gay."
Oh!
Yes,
Reagan,
Mr. President.
You old fruit. The president said we had to, so I guess this is happening.
So, I mean, it's just. I would say with words like that, definitely it should be tread lightly. But to people who are smarter than most creationists, who actually understand the proper terms for words, know that they have multiple meanings and how things have evolved over time, I can hear. Again, with my roommate, I can hear him say, "I'm going to go smoke me a fag," and I knew what he was talking about immediately. But I told him, "Hey, you know what? Just I know what you mean. Just keep that on the down low just a little bit, because I don't want to offend the neighbors, regardless of what your context is."
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I understand that, like, you know, people. What I was trying to explain is that the word itself, nigger, for example, doesn't really have a meaning, right? But what it does have is an understanding that people have of the word. Now, when I use a word, I'm going to try and put it out there so that people can understand it, but I'm applying a meaning to it, right? I'm giving a meaning to the word. And when you hear it, you may get the meaning. You may come to the same conclusion that I've come to when I use the word, or you may come to a different one. And if you come to a different one, we've got a very simple misunderstanding, right? That happens all the fucking time.
Again, like with Apple.
Right.
I'm an apple. According to the
I'm sorry, I don't get the Apple thing. I'm trying to get it, I don't get it.
Because it sounds like asshole.
Oh, Apple, that's why you say,
Yeah. Hey, Apple. Hey, Apple. It sounds like I'm saying asshole. And that may or may not be it, but I would put money down as to that being what the kids actually meant.
Yeah. Just real quick. Hi, Phil Durbin. Hi.
Who's Phil Durbin? Is that a fan?
I hope so. I hope he's a fan. I hope you're all fans, not just Phil. I hope you're all fans. And I put myself on camera because I don't know. Alex Greco was a little bit upset that I wasn't on camera, so we put ourselves on camera for him. And to Mark, I just want to say real quick, you're all right, mate. How's it going? You alright? Yeah. Sorry, that's it's an inside thing. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. So yeah, that's all I was trying to communicate. And people just want to say that, oh no, it's always racially charged and it's always racially bad. And it's not, because it's not ever racially charged. You give it a racially charged meaning, but that doesn't mean that it has it on its own.
Exactly. And again, faggot, queer.
30 years from now, nigger could mean something completely different.
Well, yeah. If Barry Blast is right, it will mean human, and we'll all move along.
Well, you know what? South Park did that great episode with the word faggot, and how it evolved to now mean pain in the ass bikers.
Yeah.
They did a whole episode. I thought it was well done because, like, oh, faggot no longer means that. It means, bikers now.
The place where I go to drink is on my weekly, my local pub. I occasionally see some bikers, like, you know what I mean? Some people from various biker groups swing by and they drive their fucking obnoxious ass bikes with the massive fucking exhausts on them, so the vehicle's as loud as it can possibly fucking be. And I'm trying to sit outside, have a nice quiet pint with my friends and have a conversation, and it's impossible when some cunt rides up with it. And everyone else, like the other 30 people standing outside the bar, have to just fucking wait for this guy to be done to continue their conversation. Like, you know what I mean? That is a faggot, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
That fucking rude and inconsiderate of everyone else around you. To not give a fuck is really faggoty behavior.
And that's the point that South Park wanted to make.
That's right.
That's exactly the point. The word has, transcended to mean something entirely different. But again, to each their own. With something like that, when it comes to descriptions, I guess, to each their own. I mean, when it comes to like adjectives, I guess adjectives change. I mean, look at the word fuck. Fuck is like one of the few words that I can think of that can actually be a noun, a pronoun, an adjective, a verb. Adverb. I mean, that's like the universal word. Holy shit. But I mean, when it comes to descriptive things, I think the gray area is with the adjectives. As I don't think anyone's going to dispute this being a stapler. Between now and 100 years from now, this is probably still going to be a stapler 100 years from now.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
As far as what adjectives, descriptive words, those seem to change over time more than anything.
But I can think of some adjectives that sort of can't change almost, and I'm using a tautology there because, like, colors, I don't see changing. I can't see how they could. I don't see how they could change. Rather,
well, colors are colors can be a noun, but they can also be. Can they be an adjective?
I thought they were adjectives. It's a description of, like, I've got a green car, green being the adjective because it's describing the car.
Yeah, but it's also a thing, too. I don't know. We'll leave that to some sort of English.
We'll have to ask Ozymandias because
we'll
have to ask him.
But is it? Yeah, but I mean, as far as like, oh, I am angry. I mean, well, that's an adverb, really. But as far as like basic descriptive things, I mean, those seem like the only things. I mean, not all of them per se, but the descriptive words seem to be the only ones that seem to change and evolve into different meanings. Would you guys all, I guess, agree with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have any objection to that.
I mean, clearly, 100 years ago, a stapler was still a stapler. Yet the word "cool" could go from being, "Oh, it's cold out here," to, "Oh man, you're a pretty cool dude."
Well, cold isn't really a thing either. Cold doesn't really exist. There's heat and then there's no heat, or less heat. Cold isn't actually a thing that can exist.
You're getting silly now.
I'm not sure you see a weather report where the weatherman was. It's going to be less heated today.
That's true.
But you see, cold is the same way darkness is the absence of light. Cold is the absence of heat.
In the end of the day, it's just how fast molecules are wiggling around.
Yeah, it's all about the wiggling.
Atoms just vibrating around. There's your heat. The slower they move, the colder it gets. The less heat they will generate.
So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Do you want to talk about the charity thing some more? Because we've had ideas.
Yeah. So let's move on to the lighter side of news. So our time slot has been moved to midnight?
Midnight, yeah.
So technically midnight of July 7th.
No, midnight of July 5th.
Time zone.
Eastern. So it's going to be 9 o'clock for you guys.
Okay.
And it's going to be an hour. So yeah.
We need to think of ways on how to generate some money for this charity. Lenny, can you talk us? I know you mentioned it, but let's talk a little bit more about this charity so people know what it is they're going to be.
Fantastic. Yeah, Trolling with Logic. Apparently he does this annually. But yeah, Trolling with Logic has invited us to join him on his 24-hour charity extravaganza. we're doing this for Engineers Without Borders. They're like Doctors Without Borders, except they're not doctors, they're engineers, providing infrastructure that doesn't exist in third world countries, so that they can have things like bridges and fresh water and buildings that don't fucking collapse when someone farts, like stuff like that.
Now here's a question, really quick question. These engineers are not building infrastructure and turning around and handing people Bibles, are they?
No, they're
Like, oh.
not. No, they're not. This is a 100% secular organization. A little bit of poking around that I've done. There's no proselytizing, no fuss, no muss. It's just people genuinely, almost agenda-free, I guess, offering their skills, their trade skills, to help people in other countries, which is just absolutely
So you would say that these people are doing this out of the kindness of their own relative subjective morality, you would
Right.
say? So therefore,
I'd
because
say
it,
that.
so because it's subjective and done without any sort of religious connotation, that somehow invalidates it?
Yeah, it
according
doesn't
to some?
make it good because they can't justify why they're doing it, according to their view.
Oh, okay. That makes sense to me.
It
So,
does.
okay.
So, I guess
So-
bow the knee
Bow to knee.
to Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He rolled on me back. If I
So yeah,
remember.
that's going to be happening. And we're trying to figure out what exactly we're going to be doing for it.
So we're going to open it up to you guys. Now, my original thought was to do something that would occupy the full 24 hours. I might be able to dedicate myself for the full 24 hours. Essentially, Lenny and I were shooting through some ideas, maybe set it up to where we have to do something where, you know, like for marathon runners, they get sponsors per mile, and for every mile they run, they get a sponsor, and then whatever money they generate based on how far they run,
Yeah.
that money goes towards, you know, said charity. We
Right.
were thinking, and another thing I want to emphasize, we are not getting a cent from this.
Yeah,
We're
this
not
isn't
gonna-
for us.
Yeah, we're not going to be an Eric Hovind or a Bible Thumper or Site Town. None of this is going into our pockets. This is all going for this charity, every last cent of it. And I think Angry Pumpkin or Thinking Atheist, they have the infrastructure set up as far as donations are concerned. So we're not going to have any setup with that.
Right.
But we were thinking... my original thought was I'm a fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he recently did a review of a Penn and Teller game called The Bus Simulator, where, and actually some charities do this, you have to essentially sit and drive a bus from, I don't know, some city to Las Vegas, and it equals out being about 400 miles, 450 miles, but the bus only travels at about 45 miles an hour. Did the math, it's about an 8-hour journey to get from point A to point B. You cannot deviate. If I were to get up and do something, the bus actually on its own veers to the right. So if it veers to the right, you are stuck, and then a tow truck comes out and takes you all the way back to the beginning, and it's minute by minute, mile for mile. I thought of enduring that. And, you know, people can sponsor, like, oh, for every hour you do this, we'll chip in X amount of dollars, whatever. I thought of that idea. That was really the only thing I thought of, you know, realistically within terms of service. But during our pre-show, that when Lenny and I were shooting the shit, we came up with another idea that could fill up the slot. Bobby, it's going to be your first time hearing this, but Lenny, would you like to let the people know of our breathtaking idea to fill up this hour for charity?
Participation, of course, is voluntary. So you know, anyone who doesn't want to doesn't have to. But I thought something, at least I could do, and I hope at least one of you would join me.
Of course.
Is because we have an hour slot. I'm like, what can we do in an hour? That might be fun. And then it occurred to me that the things people really want to see is people doing things to themselves that they maybe don't want to do for charity. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Yeah,
So
pain,
we have the Mankini,
humiliation, the Mankini thing, for example. Yes, from the sidebar, roommate. From the sidebar, what's going on?
Okay. So I saw this on Facebook. It's a challenge of people doing things that they don't really want to do, but it's funny to watch nonetheless.
Okay.
The challenge is you have to drink a beer while someone else is pouring ice cold water over your head.
Really?
That doesn't sound hard at all.
Try it.
Okay.
That sounds like brain freeze.
Or YouTube it.
I will look
I'm,
this
I'm
up.
certain there's someone out there who's done it, and
You
the
know what?
result is disastrous.
Here, let's do this. Hold on 1 sec. I will be right back. You guys keep talking. I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
The
My-
idea that I had was the gallon challenge.
I bet he's gonna go in the shower and do it.
You bet he is. The gallon challenge, if anyone who's not familiar, is in an hour someone has to consume, I think, is it 2 gallons of milk?
Well, it would be one. I've seen it, and it's extremely difficult because of the fat content. Your body rejects it usually.
So the idea would be that I would sit down and try and drink a gallon of milk and have the whole thing finished before the show ends, and I'll probably just end up throwing up everywhere.
Now,
And that would
for
be
the
for your
occasion.
amusement.
Now, for the occasion, everyone knows I'm a bartender at this point. This is a little thing that I like to take with me. It's called my Barf Buddy. Usually at the end of the night, I like to set this out on my bar just for shits and giggles. It's been used twice, actually 3 times. It has been thoroughly cleaned. So I will have this standing by. But as far as the beer jet, that doesn't sound hard. In fact, hell. How about this? Let's. I don't have any ice water, but I can set my water in my shower to be super cold, and I have plenty of beer. Why don't we do this now, just to give people a hey, you know what? We're willing to torture ourselves for charity.
Yeah.
Well, being it would be 9 p.m. my time, I could actually get away with consuming alcohol, but I'm not going to be pouring water. My desktop computer would not enjoy that.
No, but
I can consume the alcohol.
now, how is? You know what? I'm willing to try this right now. Are you
Try
guys?
it right now. Try it right
Okay,
now.
so hold on. No, for the.
Try it right now because I'm in my apartment and I'm going to make a mess.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and just hop in the bathtub. So to the female audience and Mr. Audience Member, it'll be a little bit of a show. Yeah, I mean, I want to know what's so hard about this.
You're going to take your cock out.
I'm not going to take my cock out. I'm going to keep it to TOS. We're on air.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're going to leave it open for you guys. What would
You
be?
guys decide what you want us to do. There's the gallon challenge idea. From the sidebar, we had the idea about drinking a beer with cold water being poured over your head, which is apparently very unpleasant. So yeah, you guys think it over. You've got a week. What do you want to see us do?
Play Wipeout on her ass.
Yeah. So, and also, we want to set this up. Let's go for the milk challenge. It'll be up for a vote. So, whoever thinks who's going to win, you guys place the bets. It's like, oh, I'll put $20 on Lenny. I'll put $20 on Bobby, and then whoever wins, how should we set this up?
Bid on who you think is going to win the challenge.
And you know what? Even if the person you bid on didn't win, just hopefully out of the good graciousness of your heart, that you would still say, you know what, my guy didn't win, but take the money anyways. Again, this is going to a very good cause, a secular cause, which means that it's unfounded and just based on one's opinion. But at least we're not stripping people of their culture and proselytizing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Because you people do good things because you think you have to do good things. So, here's a sandwich, but in order to have the sandwich, here's a Bible. Whereas people going out and saying, you know what, you guys live in some shitty conditions. Let's help you out with that. No. Keep your culture. We're not here to strip you of that. We just want to help you out. I mean, huge difference between the two, I would think. So, you know what? I'm willing right now. Let's do this. There's 20 people watching. If someone right now throws down $20, I will do this beer challenge right now. Or any amount of money. Or
No, don't do that. Don't do
Okay.
that. Don't change it. Oh, it'll be $20. No, wait, it'll be any amount of money.
Okay, $20.
We don't want what you've got in your pockets. Listen, this is for charity, so we are going to amuse you, right? We're going to entertain you, but this time we want you to bring money.
Yeah. So let's see here. If someone right now in the comment feed says, you know what, I will throw down $20 right now. Obviously, there's no PayPal or anything set up, so come that time, I will expect you to pay up, or angry ninjas will come and salt your land. But I mean, in the meantime, if someone right now in the chat says, "Hey, you know what, Osmo, we'll give you $20 right now towards this charity. Go see how horrible this drinking beer while having cold water poured on you. See how horrible it is."
Yeah. I've had a beer in the shower a couple of times. I thought it was amazing.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
you can always make the beer a Budweiser, so at least it's a horrible beer.
yeah.
That's true.
I had. You know what?
What's happening?
I don't know. I think
do?
I think he actually has horrible beer on hand. Which, if he does, my opinion's lowered slightly.
All right. So how about this? Not only will it be Budweiser, it's going to be a room temperature Budweiser.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's just torture.
Yeah. Don't hate yourself like that.
Unless you know what, I'll do quick because I have a feeling it's probably going to lead to some horrible brain freeze. So I'll save this for another time. But let me go get another beer.
The high levels of professionalism on the Awesome Crew Show continue to astound and amaze.
Yeah, I actually have a Bud Light in my fridge, but that's because my father-in-law brought it over. I normally don't allow that in the house.
All right. So you know what's nice at where I work? We actually sell mystery boxes of beer. So I bought a mystery box, which is essentially all just the leftover beers that we just put in a 24-pack. So I kind of made my
Patty Light.
so I have some. I've never had this one, this Hefeweizen here.
Oh, that's
So-
a good one. I've had that.
Yeah, and it is very cold. So what I'm assuming is going to happen is going to be probably one of the worst brain freezes ever. So let's let me refresh here, see if anyone is willing to view
It
comments.
doesn't seem they are.
Oh man, that's okay.
We do have an offer for £2, which after conversion is about $20.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is that?
No, I'm not being serious. That's Lee Bacon offered
Lee
£2. Well, who is this person? A Moment of Science has said he's got $20 if Leno and Bob do the truffle shuffle.
Let's do it.
I don't know what that is.
So you
Oh,
watched the
you
movie Goonies.
Disgusting human being. How dare you, sir, not grow up
I'm
with
being
a
yelled at from all fucking directions here. I'm sorry.
Good.
Bad taste in movies.
I have amazing
Never
taste.
seen the Goonies.
I've
You've
never
never
seen the
seen-
Goonies.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because it looks awful.
You are an awful human being.
I
Lenny,
saw it in the theaters. It was awesome.
Lenny,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
sir, are an ortho faggot.
Yeah, which means he will stop lawns and look fabulous doing it.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. Look amazing whilst I'm doing it. You quim. You vaginal secretions.
Hey, I stir the pot good, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Gotta stir the juice. Anyway, so
I'm not doing the truffle. I don't know what it is. I'm not doing it. So.
Well, here, Lenny, within the next week or so, whenever between
Yeah.
now and this charity event, Lenny's going to educate himself in watching The Goonies, the best
I believe
childhood.
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it is. It's the best childhood movie of the '80s.
You don't start. My roommate's like, but it's for charity. No, there are things I'm willing to throw up on camera with a gallon of milk inside my belly.
So, from what I'm hearing right now, is Lenatar is being a Nazi communist
I won't do the
Fascist.
triple shuffle.
douchebag.
A neon green mankini.
You know
Yeah.
what? I could be the Quim, but you, Lenny, are the douche that cleans up the mess afterwards.
For charity.
Oh boy,
That is what you are, sir. I will be the Quim, you be the
never
douche.
been so abused.
Oh man, look, 7 recent posts after this. Man,
Get your money out, people.
oh no, Captain has gargle a Justin Bieber song. I do that. Let's see here. Guys following an Armored Skeptic. Yes, trolling with logic. I am following the Armored Skeptic. So, anyways, £2. Is that equal to? I can't find that comment anywhere. So,
It's
anyone-
not equal. It's probably equal to like $3 or $4.
oh, okay. Well, no.
You want to just get cunt of the week out of the way so we can change the subject from how awful I am to how awful someone else is.
Yeah, do cut to the weekend. Hopefully, within that time, someone will be willing to donate just a little bit of money.
I've just been sent a link to the Truffle Shuffle as well, I think.
Good.
Click on this. I imagine that's where it's going to go.
Yeah, go.
I'm going to click on this. The Truffle Shuffle is. Alright, so it's a little fat fella named Corey Feldman.
Yeah, that little fat fellow is named Chunk. Okay, Mr. Non-Childhood.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that's happening. I don't exist in a universe where I'll do that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not even for charity.
They'll manage. They will fucking manage without bridges. That's not happening.
So clearly, Lenatar is unable to release the shackles of, awesomeness from the '80s to do the Truffle Shuffle for the less fortunate. So
yeah, and I feel like I was right about that fucking movie.
It's a good
movie. It has
movie.
that in it. Oh,
it is a great movie. God, you are such a faggot ortho right now. You apple. You apple you. Damn.
All right, so do you want to make me the main screen so we can do Cunt of the Week here real quick?
You know what? I'm hijacking Cunt of the Week. Here's your Cunt of the Week, folk. Lenny.
Oh, that's nice.
Lenny is Cunt of the Week because he hasn't seen the Goonies and he sees the Truffle Shuffle and he's like, no, I ain't doing that. They can live without the bridges.
They can learn to fucking swim.
You, sir, can learn to sit and spin right here. I'm sure your asshole is big enough for both. Sit and spin on this. I'll even swirl the fingers around. I'll alternate this.
I'll tell you what. No. You know what? No. I'll make myself seem like a more reasonable person. I'll say I'll do it, but for an unreasonable amount of money. If you guys can come together and get $200 for this charity, I'll do the Truffle Shuffle in the Mankini. Okay? Let's see if we can make that happen. For $200 in the Mankini, I will do the Truffle Shuffle.
But in the meantime, you know what? That seems fair. Thank you, Lenny. That seems fair. But in the meantime, still waiting for $20, and I will right now see what happens if I chug a beer while having cold water poured on me. And I'm already dressed and ready to go for the day. I'm the moment we go off air, I'm dipping out, so I'm gonna have to get ready.
You're going to wreck your computer.
I'm going to go upstairs in the shower, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it in the shower.
All right.
Anyways, do your bit.
All right, so I'm just going to go to screen share here. And, so it's another Cunt of the Week, and it's another week where I'm very excited because this is a really important cunt to me and to this show. And I don't know how I've avoided him for so long, and I apologize to him and to you for that. But the Cunt of the Week is none other than Raul! Look how sweet he is.
He looks like he's grunting something out right there.
Yeah, Raul was one of the original crew members, and he's been trolling us ever since he kicked himself off the show. That's right, we didn't kick him out. He didn't leave on his own. He kicked himself off the show, by which I mean he said, I'm leaving and I'm taking the show with me, and we just said, no, that's not true. You're just leaving. And ever since then, he has been trolling us, downvoting our videos, and just being an, in general, awful human being. And I really want to take a moment to appreciate how disgusting a man you are, you nasty, nasty, dirty, 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 awful little stinky cunt. That is my Cunt of the Week. I don't think I have too much more to say about this guy.
You know what? I'm reading the chat. It looks like D. Diddle says $20 on the day. Go for it. D. Diddle, if you are still watching, is that your confirmation of...
That's her pledge.
Is that her pledge? $20? Okay, cool. D. Diddle, $20 on the day. Cool. Let's go do this. Oh, man. I have no idea how this is going to be horrible.
Have you seen the Human Centipede, Captain?
I've seen both of them. They're terrible.
Okay, so that won't work. That won't work. You've already seen them. There's only so much of an Asian man pooping in a blonde girl's mouth you can actually watch before it becomes boring.
Sure. Yeah. I'll agree. Hey, while we're waiting for him to reposition, I can just throw out the real quick marijuana news for today, which is
please, yeah.
In our state, it is actually becoming consuming with impending legal shops opening sometime next week. And that
really?
Yes, legal stores they start issuing licenses. I believe it's It's basically starting next week after the 1st. They start issuing licenses, but they're issuing them in small batches. So you get like 5 stores open here, then the next week you get another 5 stores, and you just keep opening up. The fun thing is right now only indoor crops are available for sales, so there's going to be limited supplies. The price is going to be at a premium, and that's not going to get out until October, November when the outdoor crops come in. So you could be looking at between $25 and $30 grams in stores. But starting next week, you will be able to go to a store somewhere near your location and buy marijuana. So,
Fantastic.
yes.
Oh, and by the way, when Trolling with Logic said you guys are following Armored Skeptic, he didn't mean are we literally following the guy around or watching his videos. He means that we are on after Armored Skeptic.
Oh, okay.
That is a little bit of language there, a little bit of where language falls to pieces there. But you guys get it. It's fine.
All right, so D Diddle said that again. She is going to be donating $20 for this. I have no idea what's going to happen. I could fucking explode for all I know right now. So let's see here. D Diddle. I got 30 for a Mankini shuffle. Awesome. Moment of science. 200 for a single person or overall. You know what? We'll do overall.
Overall. A
overall.
combined $200. If you guys can get $200 between all of you, I'll do the Mankini Truffle Shuffle.
Okay, so Trolling with Logic did post the link for the donation page.
Donate your money.
D Diddle. All right, let's do this. So this is probably going to be horrible. Oh,
Carla,
man.
he's trying it now. It has to be cold water as well. None of that hot. If I see any steam, you're cheating. Ladies, drink it in. This is what a man looks like.
You know what? Because it's so hot here, I can't get the water hot enough, so I'll just get a couple of really big cups of ice water, and I'll do that. I'll be right back.
All right.
Then we can end the show on that.
He needs to get someone tell him he has to have that mole on his neck looked at. He needs to have that looked at. That looks serious. Robin's like, fuck it. You'll be okay.
You're moralized.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, actually, you guys started earlier than you normally do. You know that, right?
Yeah, we did. The big man's got a lot of stuff happening, so we just got like a moment's notice. He was like, "Hey, can you do it now?" And I'm like, "Well, get it out to Robert."
Yeah, that's fine. I'm glad I popped it, but now I have to pop off for just half a minute and get the kid hooked up.
Sure, yeah. Go.
I'll
I'll
be
talk
right
about the charity some more.
Do that.
So while Robert's going away to do things with his family and Captain Osmo's, I don't know, probably balls deep in some guy, I just want to remind you guys that it's Trolling with Logic who has actually left the link to where you can donate money for this charity. So, you know, when it comes to charities, it's any amount. There's no amount of money that's too small. All right. Anything you have, if it's less than $1, less than £1, it doesn't matter. We're grateful, and the people who will be receiving these funds are going to be very grateful for even the smallest donation that you can possibly give, and we really, really appreciate it. This is our first charity event, so we really want to try and make this a success. So I'm willing to humiliate myself by drinking a gallon of milk inside of an hour and seeing if I throw up, and putting on a lime green mankini and doing the truffle shuffle to make you people happy.
And as far as my I have moles everywhere. There's nothing.
There's one on your neck that you really need to have looked at, son, because it looks a bit dark.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's hard to show up, but here is ice water.
Is that a kettle?
Yes, it's a kettle. Occasionally.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be fucking terrible.
How bad could it be?
Oh, dude, it's so freaking cold.
Carla, you really don't want to miss this.
Come on out, Carla.
I know she's probably pooping or something.
Chicks do poop.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Girls are people too.
Well, when I see her on screen, or when I know she's there,
Yeah. Well, she's not. She's probably off. She probably can't even hear me. So anyway, go nuts. How bad could this be?
Cool.
I'm gonna shut up so you can do it.
All right, here. Let me make sure I'm highlighted.
Yeah. Highlight yourself.
And again, this is for charity because here at the
Oh, hang on, Carla. He's doing it. Carla. He's doing it now. Captain's drinking a beer while pouring ice water on his head.
No, somebody else is supposed to do it.
What do you mean someone else is supposed to do it?
That's the challenge. You drink
But I can do it myself. I'm more than capable of dousing myself.
water on your head.
Look.
It's very. Also, he has an erection.
Hey, look, we can see your boner. Straight away, she pointed out your erection.
I don't have a boner. There we go. That shit.
Yay!
There we go. Side profile. See? Nothing.
You don't tuck that thing
Okay.
in. Tuck it in, son. All right, come on, let's get the show on the road.
All right.
Shit out of me.
Again, so this is for Deedle, and you know what? That other dude who said that he'd chip in like $7 or whatever, I expect him to donate that too. So, you ready?
Go for it, Bubba. That's right, son. Drink it down. Drink it down.
I don't think that's enough water.
It's a kettle. That's what we're-
Oh shit! Ugh.
Can you tell us what that was like?
Oh fuck! This stuff sucks. Halfway through it.
Go on, big fella.
Ugh.
I'm so turned on right now.
Oh fuck!
Wow.
Ah!
Yeah.
What was it that he said?
I don't know. What do you-
I believe it was. Oh, that's easy. Anybody can do that.
Dude.
Halfway there. You're halfway there.
You know what? It'd be easier if it wasn't out of a bottle, but alright. Oh shit, this is horrible.
It's for charity.
Alright.
Bridges.
Alright.
Where's his pants?
Do it.
Go, 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 go!
Do it.
Get it, get it, get it!
Attaboy. There you go. There you go, lad. Good job.
Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in!
I'm good. Whoa!
Good job.
There we
You
go.
did well. That was for charity.
Good job, Captain.
Seriously, get that mole looked at, 'cause it's looking weird.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, those are your nipples. Never mind.
Shit.
How
That
do you
really,
feel?
You know what? You know what it is? It's when you're pouring it on your head, it forces your jaw to kind of quiver because it's so hot, so it makes it hard to drink the beer. And because I kept pouring it on the same spot, it was giving me like a numbness, like a, I don't know, cold headache, whatever. Oh, that was horrible. That fucking sucked. Okay.
How much was that for again? $20?
Well, this dude, you know what? I expect the other dude to chip in that 2 pounds or whatever. So whatever that equals out to. God, I can't feel my forehead. Oh,
Dee
shit.
wants to point out that she would have donated whether you did it or not.
Oh, well, you know what? Now she got something out of it. Our viewing audience got something out of it. Oh.
Also, I got to see your erection.
You've made Carla's day.
Oh. All right. So.
Good job, Captain. Good job. Well done.
Thanks, Carla. Oh, that was horrible. So, anyways, only the utmost entertainment here on the Austin Cruise Show. So, with that said, we've been going for about an hour, so let's hear from you guys. Gary did say that he wants me to gargle a Justin Bieber song. You know what, Gary? You donate $30, I'll do it.
For $30, he'll gargle a Justin Bieber song.
And for $50, to gargle Justin Bieber.
Yes. Because, you know, I've always wanted to have a celebrity in my mouth. But you know what? And I'll even let you pick the song, Gary. I heard you sing "Rock the Casbah," your amazing rendition. You know, I will do that, Gary. So in the chat and also on our Facebook page, and even just throughout the week, if you guys think of anything funny that you would like to see us do, because right now we just have the milk challenge, which would be, I mean, that's all we got. Let us know, and we will be more than happy to sell our dignity for charity. Does that sound bueno?
That sounds bueno. Check out Blue Chat tonight, where I will be appearing on there to defend usage of language. And remember, Trolling with Logic is putting together this fantastic charity event. We're going to be on July 5th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And bring money.
Yeah, bring money for a good cause. So with that said, we're going to end the broadcast. Lady, I'm sure you're going to start the Naked After Show.
Naked After Show is coming at you.
And Bobby, if you're going to be there, I do have to get going. But you know what? See if you guys can drum up any more money. Trolling with Logic did post the. You know what? It's a good thing. Why have it just an hour time slot? Let's dedicate the entire fucking week. There we go. Let's do that. So the entire fucking week, you guys tell us, hey, awesome, I will donate $20 if you do this, and then we'll film ourselves doing it, and then we expect you to donate. How about that? That sounds better, right?
It does sound better.
And then during our time on the Trolling with Logic show, then we can do our bit, and then let's see if we can drum up the most money. Our tiny little show. Let's see if we can drum up the most money.
Let's see if we can bring in more money than Matt Dillahunty's fat head.
Yes, whose head looks sort of like yours, only more bald.
Fuck you. I don't have anything else to say. End the broadcast. They've seen enough.
All right, so guys, again, let us know what it is you want us to see, or what you guys want to see, how much you're willing to donate, and we will take it into deep consideration. So, Gary, if you want to see that Justin Bieber gargled, pick a song, sweetheart. I'll have it uploaded today.